What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, my favorite blind film critic, and today we're going to take a look at Downey Wrote It, which is a 2025 documentary. It's available on Peacock with audio description. No one was credited at the end of this, so I don't know who did the audio description, but it's not because I didn't stay till the end. I did actually stay till the end of this, and I didn't hear audio description produced by. It just kind of ended. It just went with like logos, and I was like, okay, and then silence, and then eventually it puts you into like the next thing. Peacock's gotten a little bit better on some things about not immediately throwing me into something, so uh, I did it did peter out, which is good because like the credits actually have a lot of stuff rolling through it. So who is this? It's Jim Downey. It's not Robert Downey or Robert Downey Jr. or Morton Downey or anybody like that. It's none of that. It's not senior, not junior, none of that family. This is Jim Downey, who was sort of one of the original writers of, well, he was an original writer, sort of. I apologize. He was one of the original writers for Saturday Night Live, and sort of the journey he goes on through Hollywood, bouncing around through all these different projects and David Letterman and working on other shows. Like, he doesn't stay with Saturday Night Live the whole time. There's a lot of controversy. There's like the dark ages in the 80s, and coming back around and in the 90s, and him being responsible for all these sketches that you would not, and that's kind of what it is. That's what Downey Wrote It is it's like all of these iconic sketches that you now remember, look back on fondly. Downey wrote them. Church Lady. He was responsible for bringing a lot of these political debates into the Saturday Night Live sketch. A lot of the humor, the way that he approached a joke, the way he understood a lot of these sort of like weird jokes that like for these fake products that nobody needed. There's one in here about like a product that puts rats to sleep, but actually just to sleep. Like, it's like, so if you have a rat problem and you don't want to exterminate them, but you want to be able to sleep at night, there's like a thing that knocks them out. it's, it's such a weird sketch, but it's the kind of bizarre humor that led to a whole bunch of different sketches, and some great lines and some great interpretations. We give a lot of credit to the sketch performers, but there are like words written for them to perform, and they're just well rehearsed, and they get the joke, they understand the joke, and they know how to deliver it, and that's what makes them great on stage. And there's actually quite a large section of the film that's devoted to the Norm Macdonald era of Weekend Update, where he made a lot of OJ jokes and pissed off the head of the network, which cost him his job, and famously cost him his job. And at the time, the networks fired him because he wasn't funny, which was so insane. And of course, after Norm's passing, a lot of people have revisited his old Weekend Update work, and it really holds up. So it's one of those weird sort of like sort of censorship type decisions. The guy that ran the network was a friend of OJ, and didn't like that Norm continuously attacked OJ on like every single Weekend Update. But such is life. And who was writing those jokes? Downey wrote it. So, but you have to have a comic to be able to put them through. Plus, in case you're like, oh, I haven't seen Jim Downey. You have seen Jim Downey before. He cameoed in Billy Madison. He's the principal in Billy Madison that gives the most excellent response. Adam Sandler's here for like 2 seconds. He's like the most quotable line in the movie. And I never get it like 100% right, but it's like the line that was the most idiotic. Nothing that you said could have been considered a coherent thought. The world is dumber for now having heard it. May God have mercy on your soul. Like, that whole line, I botched that. But that line always makes me laugh. And Billy Madison, it's my favorite line of the movie. And yeah, it's just Jim Downey. And the funny thing is, Sandler says like, yeah, he used to say that to Farley and I all the time. Like, it's just a line that he would say, and he wrote it in the movie, and now it's like the most quotable line. So um, it's interesting. This is a short documentary. It's not very long. It's like maybe a little over an hour. So if you would like to check it out, if you want to know more about one of the most iconic writers in Saturday Night Live history, and his history, and his history with the show, and the kind of sketches that it's a nice retrospective. If you're a fan of Saturday Night Live, like a super fan, this is for you. If you're not a super fan of Saturday Night Live, I don't know, figure it out. See if take a guess, see if this is for you. It does have audio description, although this is not really one of the hot audio description tracks. This film doesn't shut up. So I don't fault the audio description. I don't just go after AD companies and call them out simply for the fun of it, because like the lacking audio description was shit. I know what the film is, and there's not a whole lot of place to interject here. In terms of putting audio, you're just not going to get audio description. You could watch this film with the audio description turned off. I don't think you would notice. Like I kept waiting to hear audio description for large chunks of time, but also I was realizing they're not stopping. They're not stopping they're continuously talking. If somebody isn't talking, they're immediately throwing you into a Saturday Night Live sketch. It's got kind of a manic energy to it. This is not like a resting back on me, and sitting back and looking through pictures type of thing. It's not one of those things. So whoever got paid to do the AD for this must have been really frustrated to try to find the few minutes where he's like, well, I wrote a couple of lines in there. I mean, thank you for trying to make it accessible so that way it has audio description, because there's some people who, even if the audio description is sparse, they'll still watch it. There are people who are just like AD purists and won't watch anything without audio description. But this is one of the hardest to describe films I think I've seen in 2025. Like, there really just aren't breaks. So be prepared to not hear your narrator. And don't worry, your set's not broken. Just ask yourself, where would you put the audio description? Because I could not fault this team on, it's not like there were these large gaps and I'm like, guys, hello. What's going on? And it's not like the couple times that they had the opportunity that they made like a weird choice that was like nonsensical. So Downey wrote it. It's on Peacock. I have no reason to give this a negative score, although yeah, I mean, they're gonna be, yes, this is kind of like a fluffy feel-good documentary. It's not necessarily the most it's not the best documentary of the year. I'm going to go with a 7.6 out of 10. It did exactly kind of what I thought it was going to do. But yeah, there are more transcendent documentaries this year that have hit me harder. But it was entertaining. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the other side.